Well, first of all, Luke, it's fight week. You're in London. Now, as nice as it must have been to fight and win in Manchester, this is the one that you've been waiting for, isn't it? To fight in your hometown of London.
That's right, 45 minutes from my house. I think I was the last person to arrive at the hotel because I was having a massage in the morning yesterday. So nice and relaxing. It's so easy to fight here, and I can't wait to fight the O2. It means a lot to me, and I've been to the O2 so many times to see so many different various acts, and now I get to compete there. It's going to be fantastic.
How soon after your fight in Manchester did the UFC contact you about this London card?
It was a couple of months, or about 6 weeks. A bit later, like fights. I knew I was going to be on the card because the card got announced, and I was like, they're not going to put me anywhere else. It doesn't make any sense. And I was in Dubai for a fight show at the time, and I got the email, and I just arrived at this hotel in Dubai, and I think it was Dubai, might have been Jordan, I can't remember. And I was sitting at the desk getting this email, and then I stayed up till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I remember tweeting a picture of my laptop, a book, and like me up saying, getting things done, 6 a.m. here, and setting my goals. And I stayed up all night writing down my goals for the fight, what I wanted to do in the fight, how I wanted the fight to go, and I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited. So.
Did you know your opponent at that time? Was it Mats, or was it just that you were going to fight on the card?
No, they told me my opponent there and then. So that's when I knew I was going to fight on the card. Then I got the email saying, you're fighting Mats Nilsson. I know Mats Nilsson very well. I've seen him fight many times. So I knew exactly what was going to happen, and that's why I just stayed up writing down my goals.
Well, it seems like you have a connection to Nordic MMA. I saw you exchanging some tweets with some of the Norwegian guys, Håkon and Jack and Mosen. How are you connected to them?
I want to say, Joachim Hansen is actually living in my house at the moment. He trains with my coach, Robbie Olivier. So me and Joachim train a lot together. Obviously, he's just featherweight. And Joachim trained with Mosen, with Jack, with all those guys. So they've been over to England many times and trained with me. I'm very close to those guys. They're all fighting in Copenhagen 3 weeks later, which I'll be at. So I have quite a lot of connections in, like you said, in Nordic, like in Sweden. Shooters MMA is the head of the federation Shooters MMA that Gladius, the gym over in Gothenburg. That's it. Yeah, I was thinking Stockholm. In Gothenburg, August Valen, who runs that. So I have a lot of connections. I had Tor Troeng over to train with me as well. So a lot of Swedes, a lot of Norwegians in my camp.
So has Thor given you some advice? Because obviously Nilsson lost to him on his last fight. So have you had any kind of advice for him in preparation?
Definitely. I mean, Thor came. That was the whole reason Thor came. Me and Thor, good friends, and he was the last person to beat Mats Nilsson, as you said. So we just, I knew what the game plan was going to be. It was very similar to Thor's game plan, but it's always good to have some training with the guy that beat the guy you're going to fight and has a few little tips and, very, very helpful guy. Thor is a fantastic training partner and a great guy. Unfortunately, he got injured to fight Bubba a week after me, which was a shame. That was like a week after he went home from training with me. But yeah, fantastic guy, and he gave me some great insights. And just it's imagine sitting there and you're on Twitter and you look at my Twitter and you see me training with a guy that just beat you, training with Michael Bisping, training with got Dolce over, all these things. It gives you a little bit of an edge, not a huge one, but it's his debut in the UFC, and he's got a lot that he's got to fight against already, and then all these added things. So it's always great.